Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Dark Souls PvP. This is episode 11 of my Road to Humanity series. I'm currently sitting at 64 humanity, as you can obviously see, and I'm doing some more invasions in the Berg today. Just to let you know what's going to be happening with the future of my channel at the moment. I've got a new series in the works. It's going to be called Dark Souls PvP In Depth, and it's not going to be anything. It's not going to be like a very intense kind of discussion or anything into the. Actually, no, I suppose it will be into the deeper aspects of Dark Souls PvP and the various strategies and armor sets, builds, playstyles. It will be exactly that, or at least it will be that according to my interpretation of Dark Souls PvP and what I think of those various playstyles, how I feel when I use certain builds and use certain playstyles myself. So I'll be using that series as an excuse to try out a whole bunch of different weapons, heaps of different armor sets, heaps of different play styles, and I might even showcase some of the more quote unquote noobish builds and play styles. Which, yes, it will mean that I'll be using the occasional thing like, yeah, headshot with an arrow. I'll be using the occasional thing like a Giant's armor with Black Knight Great Axe or something, just to show sort of newer players that like a build that they can use to start off with in PvP. Oh yeah, there I accidentally used a humanity when I wanted to flask, so I just go promptly and kill myself. So yeah, I'll be showcasing those weapons and armor sets too, but I'll obviously be making the recommendation that if you are at all a bit more experienced with the game, then I recommend you like use other things, weapons that aren't like the Black Knight Great Axe or I don't know, a crystal magic weapon or a Darkmoon Blade buffed washing pole or something like that. Those kind of builds, but I'll be showcasing them just to show, essentially, for completeness sake more than anything. So the first few fights that I'll be doing will be featuring the Ricard's Rapier. And the only reason I'm doing that is because I'm sort of fairly familiar with rapiers myself, and I also wanted to show off in those videos a few of my own strategies with regards to parrying, since, as most of you know, the people who actually watch my channel regularly know, the main parries that I get off are predictive parries, or parries that are sort of thrown blind, sort of like parries that are thrown at predictable opponents, basically. So I predict their attack pattern and I parry accordingly. I rarely, I rarely, if ever, get off what are they called? Setup parries. Basically, parries where they're just swinging into you, and then you time your parry on the second or third swing, and then get the riposte. Although I have been working on them and have been getting better at them, and in those videos you'll also see a few examples of that. I honestly don't know why he even bothered using that particular spell against me. I don't know, maybe he's just very low level or something like that, but he what was it, sort of soul spear, soul arrow or whatever, just did not even hurt in the least. So it didn't really bother me at all, but it's 2v1ing, so so pretty much you're gonna eat a Hornet Ring backstab. Yep, take it. Yes, take it now. So that's a series that's going to be starting very, very soon. I'm actually very excited about it because using the same weapons and everything over and over again does get a bit stagnant after a while, and I do draw some inspiration from channels like Dark Soul Mind's Eye, who He's pretty good with using like a lot of weapon variety, or like using a lot of build variety. And unfortunately, myself, I won't be able to devote that so much time into like making new builds and showing off new builds and things like that. I will do it on occasion, but in the most part, I'll just be having the main PvP characters that I've built, and I'll be just testing random bits of armor and things with that character, with one specific character that I've designed such that they can use a lot of different weapons and things. So I'll be showing off that build and like showing PvP with that character very, very soon. So yeah, stay tuned, I suppose. Okay, and now that I've talked for quite a long time about I know the future of my channel, I guess I'll sort of talk a little bit about the actual PvP in the video. I suppose that's a pretty good idea, since you know, that's what these videos are all about in the most part. There was one of my very rare taunts. I don't ever taunt unless the player I'm playing against BS's me, or BS's me while I'm bowing, or they're 2v1ing or ganking me, as some people like to call it. Vorian Atoricon, who is currently engaged in a fight with another player. I've versed him quite a few times before, and he's a really honourable player, and I quite enjoy playing against him. I think he usually uses the Manserpent Greatsword, and I think this is no exception in this match. Unfortunately, he gets clipped while rolling away and does go down, so yeah, I don't actually get to fight him, unfortunately. So some undeserved humanity in the last two fights, unfortunately. I don't know if I used humanity in the last fight. I think I did. Yeah, so I'm sorry about that. I don't think I go ahead and donate these few humanities that I get. But anyway, Antho Antho, whatever. I'm just gonna call you Antho. Okay, so he's using the Black Iron. What's it called? Black Iron Great Shift, I don't know, and the Black Knight Great Axe. And he starts off the match by throwing a Lloyd's Talisman at me, which I don't know, like, you can do it, you know, if you really are that like paranoid about me flasking, go ahead, you know, if I'm ever in a fight with you and you want to use a Lloyd's Talisman against me, go ahead, but I'm not gonna flask anyway. I will never flask against an opponent unless they're healing. I'm sorry, I probably won't even do it in that situation. I'll only ever flask really when someone's using, say, like Divine Blessings or doing something else really cheesy. But even then, I don't usually flask. Okay, so I guess I don't really know what I should have done in this situation. I know for a fact that if Antho attacks this other invader, I won't actually interfere with the duel. So I'm just backing off and letting them fight. But Antho is continuously coming after me, but because the other guy is actually damaging him, I didn't really feel like, you know, going up to him and starting to fight. So I don't know if this is the right decision that I made, but I mean, that was my rationale. Basically, if I was standing back, they will definitely be able to have a proper duel. So that's why I was backpedaling. That's why I was stepping back, and yeah. Anyway, let me know, guys, if you think that was not the right way to go about things. And I think that Antho was actually a little bit pissed off. He does the look skyward taunt, and Jairian, he goes down. He was using a Sunlight Blade buffed Claymore or some other weapon. Hell, I don't know. And yeah, he starts again by just throwing Lloyd's Talismans at me. That's weird, whatever. I was actually going to drop some humanity for him because, you know, like, I wanted him to heal before our fight, and he comes in for the backstab anyway. So whatever. Like, if I'm, you know, just I don't really know what he was thinking about. But anyway, so it's sort of gotten fair now, hasn't it? So I was like, should I go for the backstab? I mean, like, I was just standing still and he came in for the backstab anyway, but yeah, no, I think I go ahead and try and fight as honorably as I can, given that, you know, this is given that sort of we're on quite even ground now. Well, he actually spams his attack quite a lot, but I don't really well, he spammed it a few times in that fight before, so I was like, I should have capitalized it on it a bit better, but I didn't. So yeah. And there I run away, and I do my little spinning pyromancy thing, and I get punished for it, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. He taunt. No, he doesn't taunt. No, he bows. Very nice. The reason that I'm just a little bit biased against this guy is because I invade him later on, and he does have a phantom summoned with him, and I don't really know if he I don't know if he's doing that because he wants to fight Gwyn or something, but yeah. Lord Chapo. Oh god. Tranquil Walk of Peace with Wrath of the God on stand up, followed by another backstab, followed by seizure. Yep. Not much to say there, but you know, I'm sure we've all experienced similar things in Dark Souls PvP. I now pretty much exclusively PvP in the Berg because I'm just sick of eating shit like that, giving people undeserved souls and humanity. But you know, if anyone thinks that kind of strategy is legitimate, please let me know. And I completely screw up there. I get the parry off, but I throw out another parry for some strange reason, and I don't get the riposte like some noob. Surprisingly enough, the rapier, with a with sort of, I don't know, magic weapon or strong magic weapon or whatever, actually does a hell of a lot of damage. I was really surprised. Most of the time when I see a weapon that doesn't have like crystal magic on it, I'm like, oh, it's oh yeah, that was my reaction to that backstab. I don't really know why I went for it there. I don't know if it was because he was sort of rotating around trying to get a backstab on me, or if he was just turtling too much. I don't really know. I mean, like in those kind of situations, it's kind of hard because I don't really like. If they're turtling really hard, it's difficult to actually get any attacks off, you know, so like sometimes you just have to go for the backstab, but I don't know, like I don't usually go for the backstab anyway, even in those situations, so I don't really know why I did that. You guys will just have to forgive me for that indiscretion. Okay, so what was I talking about before? Oh god, I've forgotten. Oh, this is terrible. So I actually had to go back there to listen to what I was saying before, and so basically I was talking about magic weapon and how it's so much weaker than crystal magic weapon, and so you know it's sort of laughable how shit it is in comparison. But he must have actually had quite high dexterity or some other scaling, because his weapon was doing a hell of a lot of damage, probably like 200 or 300 damage per hit. So. Yeah, it did a lot more damage than I expected. He must just have very low intelligence or something or other. Anyway, Antho La Fripuil. I'm sorry, but your name's just too hard to say. Yeah, I'm looking around because I'm like, I'm so suspicious. And he like taunts again. I don't really know why he keeps doing that, but anyway. Oh, okay, what things can I really say? On the one hand, I don't mind playing against sort of players like this because they have no possibility of parrying me. But it does get old sometimes, you know, because like if they're just excessively turtling, then it just gets, you know, becomes an issue of how many times will I just attack into their shield before they actually throw out an attack. But you know, props to him. He was actually throwing out attacks, so good on you. But he was only throwing out singular attacks, probably because he's been parried so many times. For some reason, my parry timing in this was way off. I threw all 4 of those parries out way too early. So I know, like I was mainly using this match to try and actually get a bit more used to my parries and parry timings, but definitely not like being able to do my setup parries as I would like. Basically, this entire fight is one big fail, really. I think if I attacked like 2 or 3 more times with that weapon, I'd probably be dead, which is why I probably switch over to the bandit knife. I mean, like my health is in the yellow, which indicates that I will be one-shotted. Eat a bag. Ugh, any taunts. I know, like in my matches against this guy, I kind of got the sense that he was being a bit of a dick. But it wasn't until I invaded him once when he had his when he had a phantom there to help him that I really realized that he was just actually being, well, actually might be playing slightly dishonorably. I don't know. Maybe it was my big win. I really have no idea. But anyway, Slavery Gordon is using Crystal Magic Weapon, and he was the guy who was using Great Magic Weapon, Magic Weapon, whatever it was before on the Rapier. So he obviously does have access to it. So I don't know. But anyway, I actually get the riposte this time, and I finish him in one hit. So that was pretty. I don't know, that match ended quite abruptly considering how long the match went for the other time when he was turtling and attacking from behind the shield a lot. And then I go ahead and invade Slavery Gordon and it's not all too subtle, is it, Slavery Gordon? When you cast Chameleon as I'm actually entering the world, and so I back off and I'm like, oh, you know, he hasn't given up on it. You know, he's actually still hiding there. So I'm like, okay. And so I go ahead and cast Fire Tempest right next to him, and I actually get him and kill him. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next episode.